Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fancy Football. My name is Omofield, and this is the midweek edition of the top five, specifically looking at the Premier League midweek matches for today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Welcome to Fancy Football, our viewers. And with me on the show today is no other than the person of Nonso Adezechi, the sport bishop. Nonso, good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, Fanzy. Good afternoon, the world, welcome our listeners and our viewers. Thank you very much for being part of the show. And good afternoon. Let's talk some football. Midweek game is up and running, and hopefully we see that what we saw, the sparks, the glitz, the glory. We did see how the weekend continue during the midweek games as well.
I hope so. The spark and the football we saw at the the City Stadium, Manchester City Stadium. I just think that we shouldn't see that kind of football again this midweek. We should see an expansive football. We should see a more aggressive football from this team. And let's see how the title race shape up this midweek because it is only in the midweek that things happen. If you don't know, let me tell you today. It's only in the midweek that things happen in the EPL. So something might happen today, something might not happen. Okay, quickly. Let's look at the first fixture of the day. Newcastle will host Everton. Last time out, Newcastle played West Ham and they narrowly
Yeah,
won by
yeah,
4 goals to three. Courtesy of two goals from Harvey Barnes and two penalties from Isak as well. Looking at this match now, so
yeah.
how do you think it will shape up now? Because with Everton, um, I think Everton, if they are not careful, I don't know what miracle they will have this time around. They've been having series of miracles over the season, but I don't know whether they might just drop down this time around. They might just drop down this time around. So, what's your take about this match?
Like you did. Like you said, the last two seasons, Everton have managed to stay up in the league on the final day. The last I remember when they did that with Frank Lampard, and then they did that last season again. Just found a way under Sean Dyche, so just find a way to just stay up. Maybe they stretch their luck one season too far. Like you said, they may be going down, but before that, I don't think they will go. They will not go down without a fight. The fact that they are in a very poor position financially, they can't spend the box, get good players in. They're losing their best players, like they lost Richarlison. If not for the fact that this guy is injured, Calvin Lewin, he should have been out of the club at the moment. So the fact that they depend more on loan players and players from the academy, I seem to put them where they ought to be. For some James's Park and Newcastle, they seem to be in the right place at the right time. It seems to be that since the emergence of the Saudi investors, they seem to be going up and up and up. Don't forget this season they played Champions League football, though this season has not been gracious to them, in quote. But the fact that they still have some quality players like Bruno Guimaraes, they have players like Miguel Almiron, Callum Wilson, Alexander Isak. These are players who could even battle for a place in the top four, top five teams in the English Premier League. So, and also the fact that they are back, they're coming from to me that win that looks like it looks more like a 6 pointer than a 3 pointer. When you're down 3-1 and then come back from the jaws of death, not only trying to save a point, but also getting all 3 points just at the death, sneaking it at the death tells you that they're in a good place. So I don't want to be Newcastle. I don't want to be Everton, I beg your pardon, at the moment. They're playing an Everton that is in a high spirit. They're scoring goals with reckless abandon. Alexander Isak is playing the best football of his life. Ashton seems to have returned back in form. Anthony Jordan, though he will miss this game because of the record he picked to the last game, is in a good place. If you look at the coach as well, he seems to be building a team that is formidable. So, like I said, I don't want to be Everton at the moment, and I don't want to get ahead of myself. But it's going to be a big game for Everton, a very tough one away from home. But I think Newcastle will have enough firepower to get all 3 points and continue their chase for continental football from the end of the season.
Okay, I looked at Newcastle and I said I think it's just a learning curve for them. They've tested Europe this season, and hopefully when they will go out of Europe and come into Europe again, they will learn a lot. Can you hear me, Sport Bishop? Can you hear me, this word, Bishop? Okay, like I said, when they will let's wait for him to join us. When they will test Europe, uh, they've tested Europe. Newcastle have tested Europe already. They've seen it all. They've been in the same group with AC Milan, been in the same group with uh, PSG, also beat PSG at home at the St. Jesus Park. I think it's a good one for them. But when you look at this team, I think they need more quality if they need to challenge the elite in Europe. They need to be one of the big boys in Europe. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Sport Bishop?
I can hear you very well, perfectly loud and clear.
Okay, so like I said for Newcastle,
I can hear you loud and clear.
Let's go on, please. For Newcastle to be one of the big boys in the EPL,
I can hear you loud and clear.
Let's go on, please. For Newcastle to be one of the big boys in the EPL,
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now, please? For the last time. Can you hear me for the last time?
I can hear you. Go on. I can hear you. Go on.
So for Newcastle to be one of the big boys in the EPL, I think they also need to.
I can hear you. Go on. I can hear you. I can hear you. Go on. I can hear you.
They need to add additional quality into the team. Now, I just think that the team has quality players, but they not enough quality.
I think so. They need to add quality. I totally agree with you. Yeah, I think they. Okay.
So for them to challenge the big boys in Europe, those quality have to show. Yes, they have Isaac, they have Bruno Guimaraes, but they have to take this next summer transfer to another level. But also hindered by the FFP because you have to spend what you've earned. It's not all about having the biggest or the richest
exactly
in the league, but you have to spend what you have earned over time. So I just think that they will do that. They will do that wisely over time. They will spend wisely over time, and they will make best of what they have. For Everton,
I think they will have to sell. They have to sell. Yeah.
They have to sell.
I think maybe they will lose one of either Bruno Guimaraes or they could lose Alexander Isak. But at some point they will have to let go of someone so that to balance the book, because at some point the hammer will fall on them. We've seen it fall on Nottingham Forest. We've seen it fall on Everton as well. So they'll be very careful not to fall in above the lines and then get punished. As talking about Newcastle, hoping that they will also compete for the Champions League football come the start of next season.
Okay, that aside, let's quickly go to the match between Fulham and Nottingham Forest. Looking at these two sides, Fulham last time out, I think they traveled they were at Bournemouth, if I'm not mistaken, and the match ended in a 3-3 draw. That match between Fulham and Bournemouth.
I know at Sheffield United. Sheffield United, it was not Bournemouth.
Hold on.
The 3-3 draw against Sheffield United.
Yes.
Where they came from a 3-1 down to draw that game 3-3.
Yeah. So looking at these two teams, Sheffield United.
Yeah.
Looking at their position, I think Sheffield United are also not in a good position in the league as well. They are not in the good position. They are also struggling. They've been struggling all season, all long. But it seems they've not learned from the last time they came to the EPL. They've not learned how difficult the EPL is. The EPL is not the championship might also be difficult, but the EPL is just so difficult that if you're as a newcomer or as a club coming from the championship, if you're not careful, you go back down straight. So what's your take about these two teams? And look at Sheffield, look at their position.
For Fulham, I think they're in a good place. I think they're in a good place. Talking about Fulham, to be sincere with you. Yeah.
Go on, please.
Like I said, for me, the game between Nottingham Forest and Fulham is going to be a tough one because one, Nottingham Forest are hosting the game at home, which is Nottingham Forest are hosting the game at home. To be sincere with you, so for Fulham, I think the big question for Fulham has to be how well they'll be able to maneuver the high pressing of Nottingham Forest. Fulham, on the other hand, I'm gonna be sincere with you. Like I said, in a game against Sheffield United, we expected them to beat them by comfortably. They only had to claw their way back from there to draw 3-3. Nottingham Forest as well played a 1-0 draw in their last game at home. Sad one that their go-to man for goal, talking about Taiwo Awoniyi, is just going to be missing for this encounter. But there's a certain man, Chris Wood, who I think hasn't done badly deputizing for Taiwo Awoniyi as well. For another, for don't forget also they lost a lot of players in the January transfer window due to the financial fair play rule as well. They had to let some players go, let some players leave. But that's part of football. So, but I think
Okay, we've lost the sport bishop. Let's wait for him to come back again to us once more. Have this network challenge, but I think that we will overcome going forward. Okay, Fulham, Nottingham Forest, Fulham, Nottingham Forest sitting pretty well in the log of the Premier League. Fulham are 10th currently now with 38 points. Um, for Nottingham Forest, they are sitting a place above the relegation zone with 22 points. Uh, I think with the point deduction, or with the point deduction, there's 6 point deduction for them. Uh, I think for them they will challenge that in the courts. They will have their day in court, but I think they have to have their day on the pitch with uh, Fulham this season. Okay, please, this time around. So, Sport Bishop, like I said, I was telling our viewers that Nottingham Forest will have their day in court, but they have to have their day on the pitch with Fulham today. Uh, with regardless of what is happening, what have happened to them 2 weeks ago, do you think that this team has what it takes to survive the drop zone? Okay, we are still facing challenges of network. Uh, okay, on our list, the next match we'll move on to the next match. There's no time anymore. Move on to the next match on our list, which is Burnley versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. Burnley Wolverhampton Wanderers. Okay, I think for Burnley, they've been in the relegation zone since the beginning of the season, and for Wolf also they've been struggling as well at the beginning of this. At some certain point in time in the season, looking at the positions of these two teams, Wolf are in tenth position, and Burnley are in 19th position. Uh, all of them they've played identical matches. Okay, both have only played 29 matches, and Burnley has played 30 matches. Burnley have 18 points in 30, and Wolf sitting in 10th position has 41 points. I think it's a good one for them, but they are struggling now, and only God knows how or when this struggle will continue because they have a lot of players uh, on the injury list or on the injury table for Wolverhampton Wanderers, uh, and they are coping. It has been so difficult for them. We saw how they lost out in the FA Cup semi-final, quarter-final against Coventry City the last time out. They lost their last match too, but this is football. As a team, you just have to come to play. You have to come to play. You have to realize that a lot of things is going to happen along the way, but you have to step up as well going forward. So that is it for Wolf. I think we have Sport Bishop back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with the network. I can hear you. I don't know what's wrong with the network. Keep yanking me up,
Let's
throwing me
quickly
off the so.
let's quickly
Hopefully,
go into the match between.
I'll be good.
Let's quickly go to the match between Burnley and Wolf. Burnley are 19 and 19 at the 19th on the log. Wolf are 10th. 41 points for Wolf. 15 points for Burnley, if I'm not mistaken. Now, are you telling me that Burnley are relegation bound already, just like Sheffield United? Can they do they have the hope
Yeah.
of saving the going back to the championship, stay in the EPL? Can you hear me?
The truth is that for me, I think the answer is no. I listened to the coach of the team, Vincent Company, and he kept on saying one single word. And the word he kept saying is the fact that I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Go ahead, please. Having a difficult time on the show today. Hopefully we get that one sorted out. Having a difficult time on the show today. So the last match for today is between Burnley and Crystal Palace. Bournemouth and Crystal Palace. The last match for today. Okay, we look at Bournemouth. I think they've had an excellent season. An excellent, I won't use the word perfect season under their new manager, but look at Bournemouth. Look at the way they've been set up. Look at Crystal Palace also. Look at the way they have also been set up under their new German manager as well. Crystal Palace will go into this match. Both teams will go into this match with full confidence that they will get one or two at the end of the day. But Bournemouth at home will be too strong for me, for Crystal Palace. If you look at the way Bournemouth has been playing at home this season, even away sometimes, we saw with full confidence, expansive play. They pass the ball left, right, center. They move the ball quickly, and they've been enjoying their football. Solanke has been there. A lot of players have been involved in this Bournemouth team to ensure that they really play good football for their fans and stay up as well. Good to see them up. Good to see them up in the Premier League for Bournemouth. I think they've been one of the best revelation. Even when Eddie Howe was there, they've tried their best to see. But if you look at this match, coming into this match, they have to hold their own at home. Crystal Palace also will also come into this match with confidence, knowing fully well that this match is also an opportunity for them to get all 3 points as well. They will go toe to toe with Bournemouth, and they'll see if they could get 3 points. So the Sport Bishop is back. So what's your take about this match between Bournemouth and Crystal Palace this evening?
Man, I think it's the two evenly matched team. Crystal Palace are struggling for form since the sack of certain Roy Hodgson. New manager have failed to turn the tide. I think last weekend they played a 1-1 draw after scoring the first goal of the encounter. For Bournemouth, they are playing a fantastic football. And I think kudos have to go to the manager for what he's doing with the team. I'm telling you, there's a certain boy who is on top of his game, Dominic Solanke. That boy is a rare gem. He's a future. I think if he keeps playing this way, he could be on the plane to the Euros 2024 as well. So they will bank on him to get the goals. I think he's the highest scoring English player right now in the Premier League.
For which country?
For England, of course.
I don't think
England,
so. He won't be in that plane. He won't be in that plane.
He has more goals than Oli Watkins.
Yes. You see how Ivan Toney in that team. You see how Oli Watkins to deal with. So He has this
Yeah.
to deal with. So, but
But you can't overlook Solanke right now. You could not overlook him.
you can't overlook him, but I
If
don't think he will be on
if
that.
they
That's my
if
opinion.
we hear a certain if we hear that UEFA is trying to may increase the list from 23 to 26. We're waiting to see how that will pan out. If it's 26-man list, I can tell you that Solanke will sneak into that plane to Euro 2020 2024. Because see, the stats don't lie, man. Everything good comes from that young boy. He has come of age. You know, at some point it was at Chelsea, Liverpool. He seems to have found home in Bournemouth, and the boy is scoring with reckless abandon. I think Bournemouth they got the upper hand. They're playing at the Vitality Stadium. They got their fans behind them, coming from a 2-1 victory at home as well. For Crystal Palace, they're coming from a 1-0 draw, not to the good place. Like I said, the coach still trying to rejig, rebuild, renovate whatever has been left of Roy Hodgson. And but I tell you, it's going to be a good game. To me, for mid-table team, but I think Bournemouth are favourite for this one.
Okay, Bournemouth are favourite. For me too, Bournemouth are favourite. Quickly, let's go into the match between West Ham and Tottenham Hotspur. Two teams.
Yeah.
One of these teams. Both teams are two teams in London. I think it's a London derby between these two sides. Spurs managed a 2-1 victory against Luton Town last time out.
West Ham were beaten by Newcastle.
Yes, and West Ham were beaten by Newcastle. So how do you think these two teams
4 goals to 3, yeah. To be sincere with you, when it comes to London Derby, I've learned one thing. Just throw away the form books, Throw away the form books. The forms does not matter. It's about bragging rights. It's about who wants it more. It's about let's give the fans something to cheer. We've seen teams who sit 19 on the table when they Everton, especially when you don't care what they are, when they play Liverpool, it's like a battle to finish because it's a Merseyside derby and one of the biggest derbies in the world. So, for like I said, I don't want to look at the form books right now, but I think for the fact that West Ham are coming from a 4-3 victory, they want to give their fans something to cheer. David Moyes is under massive pressure. We hear that the board is asking question: how do you go from a team that just won the Conference League to a team right now that is, neither here nor there? Is there a progression or retrogression?
They sold their engine room. Why are the board asking? They sold their engine room.
No, we know. See, teams will sell. West Ham would sell their best players out, but there should be a plan.
If you are selling,
they got in an Alvarez from Ajax, Alvarez, a defensive midfielder, to come in and sit and do the job. He hasn't for so far filled the bill. They got in Calvin Phillips. Don't forget, who Calvin Phillips is on his day. I think he's struggling for form since that Man City issue here and there. He seems to not be the same player that he used to be 2-3 seasons ago when he was at Leeds United. So they try to fill in those holes, that left by Declan Rice. Absolutely. I think it's just a shadow of. I think he's a victim of his own standard. No, the Calvin we saw 2-3 years ago was heavenly. The guy was he shot. The fans were singing his names to their Chelseas. He was in a realm of his own. It was Calvin Phillips and of course Declan Rice in the midfield. You couldn't argue with that combination. But like I said, the fact that I feel Guardiola played is smashing that boy's confidence from saying the boy was fat. Sometimes it makes some careless statement that you don't know hot players mentally. We talk about the mental health of these players. They first of all have to mentally sound to play football. But I think he will come back. I believe class is permanent, form is temporary. This is just a purple part for Calvin Phillips. He will come back. But West Ham don't have that time. They want him to hit the ground running as quickly as possible. Yeah, Master would want to sell him on a permanent basis at the end of the summer. Wait and see where he'll be heading to. But for West Ham, I think I don't know why I tend to fancy them playing at home. They've got good records against London Derby. Don't forget, despite the 2-1 win by Tottenham Hotspur last weekend, they weren't pretty. The goal scored by Son Heung-min was a scrappy goal. The other goal was an own goal from the right back. So it's not as if they blew Luton Town away. And we all know that this Tottenham Hotspur team can concede goals as well. They are leaky at the back. So far, this team they've conceded for the 3 goals. That tells you there is a goal every other, or 2 goals every other game. So they're quite leaky at the back. So fancy West Ham I think West Ham are favourite playing at home at the London Stadium. Also trying to prove and give their manager a breath of fresh air or a sigh of relief. Yes, they are in the top 4 race. When the top 4 for some moment until Aston Villa won their game, but they still They still look at a team that is still a work in progress. There's still a lot of work to be done by Ange Postecoglou to get them where they want to be, where they ought to be, and where they have to be.
Okay, that is that for West Ham and Tottenham Hotspur. The next match we should be looking at is between Brentford and Brighton. Brentford last time out dominated Manchester United from
Yeah,
0 minute to 90 minutes. No, until
woeful Man United. Yeah,
that win that goal. And, they also had to
yeah,
expect well. It shows that as a mid-table team, you need to be very careful when you are playing this big side, because when you get your chances, you take them.
yeah.
Brentford will be at home. Brentford will be at
Mm.
home fantastically very well, but they are playing they'll be playing a very confident Brighton side that went to Anfield and almost hit the nail on the coffin for Liverpool. What's your take about this match? Going into this match?
Both teams are, I think, it's even a match. They've got beautiful managers in Thomas Denaby. Alexis Thomas Denaby, forgive me. That's market of the Super Falcons. I'm talking about Zervi, the coach of
Yeah,
Brighton, of course, not forgetting Brentford, Thomas Frank, the proper PE teacher. You know, he instructs the players like he's talking to his boys in the PE ground. So if you look at the fact that for Thomas Denaby, he wants he wants you tend to see quality. So I put my fingers crossed. I tell you, it's going to be even. I don't think there's any favorite in this one. The only is the fact that Brentford are playing in front of their own fans. Brentford are playing at the Vitality Stadium, so that's an edge. But apart from that, I think it's evenly matched. Brighton are hoping to get continental football. Brentford are not in the continental places, but they play some football that is exquisite. They deserve the victory against Man United, like you said. It was woeful Man United, but unfortunately, football is a cruel game. They didn't get the goals. They smashed the ball a couple of times. Exactly. Yeah.
can you hear me? Lost connect. Hear me? Lost the spot Bishop once more. Okay, that is that on Brentford and Bournemouth. That is that about those two teams. And quickly, let's look at the next game between Arsenal and Luton Town. I think this will be a much more straightforward match between these two sides. It should be a straightforward match. Arsenal going into this game knowing that they win again this match will push them towards the Premier League title that have eluded them. Knowing that if Liverpool slipped against Sheffield United, they can take advantage of it. So, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
So yeah. So let's look at Arsenal Luton Town. So what's your take about this match?
Come on, Mike, one-way traffic. Sorry for Luton Town and all they've got to offer in the Premier League this season. But with Arsenal, they look like a wrecking ball on a rampage. For like a friend would say, they're in demonic mode. They would cause exactly all they do is they cause you pain, reproach, they cause you shame. And the fact they're playing at the Emirates Stadium, it's going to be one-way traffic. I'm sorry for Luton Town. I think they've got a lot of fighting spirit. We saw against Tottenham Hotspur at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But with Arsenal, there's only one result. There is only one result. And that result is Arsenal getting all 3 points and continue their chase for the title. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. I must assure you that it's not going to be a tea party. But I think Arsenal will have the quality. Go let's 7 games. Arsenal so far this season taking 4 points from Liverpool and Manchester City. Arsenal this season beaten in 2024. I don't see it happening against Luton. I think they'll take out 3 points. For Luton, they will come. They'll give you their best shot, but they'll go back home sulking because I think they'll get nothing from this one. And if they don't take it, if they're not careful, they could go back with a truckload of goals as well.
Okay, let's quickly go. Let's quickly look at Manchester City versus Aston Villa. What's your take about this match? City, after what happened with playing an Aston Villa side, that I just think that this match is very, very tricky. They are full of confidence.
Yeah.
They are full of life. This Aston Villa side, and City should have to watch it, and they have to be very, very careful. I think for City, they have to start this match on the front foot, ensuring that they don't allow Villa to come into this game. And I think that's the best way to start this match, because if they allow Villa to put a foot into this game, I think it's going to be a long, long night for them. What's your take?
For Aston Villa, it's about redemption. A win against Man City will then bring out their top 4 credentials. They will not be visiting to the whole England. See, this United team is not a fluke. We've seen Aston Villa teams in the past under Martin O'Neill, who has chased the top 4 and not made it. Under Emery, if they get a result from this, whether a draw or a loss or a victory at the Etihad Stadium, they to then rule out their credentials. But I need to one is a note of warning to Aston Villa. This Manchester City team are just coming from a draw against Arsenal, and they see 3 points, if I'm not mistaken, from the top of the table against Liverpool. They will want to go a bit further in the title race. They won't want the gap to widen or deepen any further. So they will come in this game with all their vigor. Like I said, only Arsenal has stopped them from scoring at the Etihad Stadium this season, in over 57 games. And Arsenal will have to be at their defensive best. We all know that defense is not their biggest attribute. They've got injuries to the likes of Tyrone Mings. Then they have to partner the likes of Pau Torres, not fully fit. So they have to partner like Carlos, the guy from Sevilla who partners Kionde that year, and maybe Pau Torres or maybe Longley. So wait and see what he does in the back line. They have issues with the right back. I'm talking about Matty Cash. They have to play Enzo Comza, a centre back and right back. Though he scored a goal for Chuchos, I must say, in that game, that 2-0 victory this weekend. But it's going to be a tall order. It's almost mission impossible. Man City are in a rampage. They want to be in a match of redemption. We can't go 2 games at the Etihad Stadium without scoring goals. We can't go 2 games in a row dropping points at the Etihad Stadium. So, but it Aston, like I said, it's almost mission. It is almost mission impossible. With the quality I see at Man City, almost mission impossible. See, I believe in football, anything can happen. I say that a lot. Teams to go and we will see a one-off where teams go and beat Man City. If they play the game 10 out of 10 times, Man City win 9 out of 10. But they're always the one-offs. Absolutely.
For me, I see a banana peel in this match. Don't worry. I see a banana peel in this match at the end of the day. Oh, we've lost the spot Bishop again. Quickly, let's go to the match between Liverpool and Sheffield United. I also think that it should be a one-way ticket for Liverpool. They should go into this match with confidence at Anfield and win this match against Sheffield United, that are sitting pretty 20th position in the Premier League, the bottom of the table. So it is top against bottom. Would there be any surprises? Will there be any banana peel? I don't think so, because Liverpool. We want to finish this match on a high. They want to start April, and also they want to finish this match knowing fully well that they win. We extend their point against their title rivals. So I think for Liverpool, nothing more, nothing less at the end of the day for them. For Liverpool, like I said, for Liverpool, nothing more, nothing less. Nothing less.
It's welcome to the Anfield. It's welcome to the Anfield.
The Anfield. So, if there's any potential about banana peel, then something else must have happened in the.
No, that stadium is 3 points at the back. That is really don't understand. Sheffield United can't survive the onslaught at Anfield. They can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Finally, let's go.
It has to be Liverpool capitulated. They can't survive the onslaught around you. Liverpool are not a team who lose at home, not on that young club, maybe after he's left. So it has to be a total capitulation.
Let's look at the final match of the day, Sport Bishop, please, quickly, please. There's no time again. Chelsea, Manchester United, 2 sides have been wobbling and fumbling over the course of the season. We look at Chelsea; they couldn't really beat a 10-man
Okay.
Burnley the last time out at Stamford Bridge. Look at Manchester United; they struggled very well, much more struggle against Burnley in their against Brentford in their last match. I just think that these two sides will go into this match knowing fully well that the win for either side will help them boost their confidence. I don't know who need this victory more, but I just think that these two sides will fight for the victory till the end of the match. So that is that about the EPL this week. This week, so the sport bishop is supposed to be here to take the prediction. So let's see from Newcastle versus Everton, Nottingham Forest, Fulham, West Ham, Tottenham, Liverpool, Sheffield United, Chelsea, Manchester United, Brentford, Brighton, Wolf will be at. We'll travel to Burnley. These are the matches we'll have this week in the EPL, and we have to look at these matches to see how the run in is for all these clubs. So, like I said, when it comes to football matches, it is the team that is well prepared, that is motivated, that has the fire burning in them, that will go down to pick up all 3 points at the end of the day. So that is it. The sport bishop, are you back here with us? He's back. Okay,
I'm
let's
back.
go.
I'm back.
Yeah. The network has been so funny, please. So funny. Let's look at the predictions for this match quickly. Let's start with quickly, just under 1 minute. You can just clear it up. Let's start with
Yeah.
Newcastle Everton.
Newcastle far better than Everton. I say 3-1 victory for Newcastle.
Nottingham Forest at home to Fulham.
Fulham will get a 2-1 victory. They will be buoyed by that comeback and they will get a job done away against Nottingham. For the Forest are in a bad place. 2-1 victory Fulham.
Burnley versus Wolf.
Funny enough, I think Burnley will be buoyed by that result they got at Chelsea. 1 man down and still managed to get a point at Stamford Bridge. I think they'll get a result in this one. A 1-1 draw with Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace.
Bournemouth right now are high flying. They are scoring goals, reckless abandon. It's certain Solanke is having a great time out. He's enjoying football at his best. Crystal Palace still haven't found their feet here. Still experimenting on what best for the new manager. So I go with Bournemouth to win by 2-1 at the Vitality Stadium.
Brentford versus Brighton.
Brentford seem to be playing good football, so I want to put my money on Brentford. I know it's a gamble against a Brighton team who can play, so who played so well against Liverpool. We're unlucky not to get something from that game. But Brentford will win this one, 2-1. I believe Everton will get a goal in this one, 2-1.
West Ham Spurs.
I'll stay with the home side of this one. I think they will have it. They need the game more than Tottenham Hotspur. Like Tottenham Hotspur are chasing Champions League football. Yes, I know. But to be sincere, they don't look like a team that is in a good shape at the moment. We saw that last weekend, and I think they will pay for it this weekend, this midweek, with West Ham winning by 2-1.
Manchester City, Aston Villa.
One-way traffic. I think Man City should get the job done. Maybe I pray Aston Villa as a neutral prove me wrong, but I think Man City. I don't think they will drop points twice in a row at home. Not at the Etihad Stadium. They win this one by 3-1. Aston Villa would score a goal. I think they've got a good attack, but their backline will come. They will ask questions of their backline. They will have answers to 3-1 to Manchester City.
Arsenal, Luton Town.
I think Arsenal will win by 4-0. Arsenal will keep a clean sheet. The backline leaks already. They consolidate on 3 goals this season. So Arsenal will win by 4-0. That's what I think.
Okay, Liverpool, Sheffield United.
You ask me.
Liverpool, Sheffield United.
One-way traffic. I think I don't need 3-0 Liverpool. They win comfortably. 3-0. They'll keep a clean sheet in this one.
And finally, Manchester United at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea, Manchester United.
I see a score draw. Man United stuttering and falling. Chelsea are in a bad place, but when they get to play a big team, we saw that against Man City, especially at home, they step up to the plate. So Chelsea would get a draw, 2-2 draw at Stamford Bridge.
2-2 draw at Stamford Bridge for Chelsea, Man United. So that is the Sport Bishop's prediction. Even with the difficulties we've had to bring you this program, this show today live, we thank you so much for watching, and keep subscribing, keep liking, and keep sharing our videos. Hit the notification bell as of when due, so that you can get live updates from us. And for me and the Sport Bishop, we say, do have a pleasant day and enjoy the
Absolutely. Midweek games. Yeah.
Games in the EPL. Thank you so much. Sport Bishop, thank you also.
Hopefully, yeah. Thank you very much. Hopefully, the next edition, the network will be more kinder to us. Hopefully.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And we are saying bye bye to all of you.